Well, here's what I would hope would happen. He learns his lesson. That's the way all good stories are supposed to end. I had a few lessons. When I was 21, and I think a lot of people can think back to 21, I was stupid and did a lot of stupid things. And some of it even involved the law, but as Zeke has been involved with. So you would like to think that you go from dazed and confused into and where you think you're invisible and bulletproof. You suddenly look up and go, wait a minute, I might need to move on from my previous thinking, and I might need to advance that into a stage of maturity or upgrade my maturity a little bit. And so he becomes a guy who still likes to party, but he does so because I never want to criticize anybody who likes to party. God bless him. But do it in a more controlled environment and do it with a little bit of common sense, and then run the football like you can run the football, and everybody will live happily ever after. And we would hope that would be the case with Zeke. Will it be? I actually think it will. I think, everybody has to have wake-up calls in their life. And I'm going to think that whether, the 6-game suspension, which the commissioner came down with, is a pretty good wake-up call. I'm going to think that. And hopefully there's going to be other people, the Emmitt Smiths, my God, Michael Irvin. Michael can give him 100, do you know who I am, officer? And the officer's going, I know who you are, and I don't give a damn. You're going to jail. and he is going to jail. So, those guys can counsel Zeke if he wants to listen. And I want to believe that he does. The game is about the quarterback. And as long as you've got a quarterback, and I thought Tony was capable of one, it didn't happen. But 1 year of 1 year of Dak combined with Zeke, but I want to put Zeke over here because you're winning a Super Bowl with a quarterback. Great running backs help, but the quarterback is the man. The game is about the quarterback, and they got one. Yes. In my lifetime, hold on, I'm getting kind of old. No, I'll say there wasn't one in my lifetime because I plan to, live on. But the quarterback is the key. And we've seen it here, but we've seen what happens when you are wandering that quarterback desert out there and you don't have one. We saw that after Aikman retired. And then Tony comes along, and Tony gave us great hope, and with good reason. Didn't win many playoff games. Didn't get too far, but Tony gave you hope. Now, I think Dak even gives you more hope. So, if you've got a quarterback, you've got a chance. I believe the Cowboys have a quarterback for a long time in Mr. Dak. In fact, it kind of amuses me. In retirement, I still kind of dog cuss people. I'll read in the paper, or I'm reading on the internet. And somebody the other day, it was locally, either a Dallas writer or Fort Worth, something on, you read on the internet. Never forget, Zeke is the key to the Cowboys. I just slam my hat down when I read that. Zeke is the key to the Cowboys. Zeke is not the key to the Cowboys. Zeke is a vital part. Dak is the key to the Cowboys. So, but I can still get mad about that stuff even now in retirement. You're an idiot. Zeke is not the key to the Cowboys. Dak, man, don't forget it. I hope John Daniels is fired, but I've been hoping that for a long time. I don't like that guy. But to take away any personal vendetta, no, I just don't like him. I think he's kind of swarmy. But I would hope that there is a better influx, and what we're seeing now, and it's what we've seen this year, is probably is an indication that you need to start, maybe not a total rebuild, but you're going to have to get better at drafting players. You've done pretty good in the Daniels regime in the Latin American market. All right, but that's one thing. Your drafts have not been worth a darn. And when they have been good, you've had to trade. And I don't criticize Daniels for the trades. Daniels needs Nolan Ryan. And without a doubt, because Nolan Ryan kept him in tow. And anybody who doesn't believe that, they believe, it was all John Daniels all along. Why then did John Daniels go to the owners and say, you got to give me complete control if Nolan Ryan wasn't already in control? That's what Nolan Ryan was in control. But we got a lot of butt smooching going on around here in the media with John Daniels. And but where John Daniels is right now, they've lost some of their draft picks, some key guys, because they were, and I don't criticize him for this, they were trading for players they thought that could help them win a division, get back to the World Series, whatever. That's part of the business. Didn't work, but it's part of the business. You don't criticize for that. But overall, they've had very poor drafts. They don't have an influx of young players or young pitchers. So I think that's going to have to be a priority. But I don't see this team as a prime World Series team, certainly not even a prime division winner, because Houston's going to ride this maybe longer than 3 years, but let's say at least 3 years. Houston's going to ride out where they're riding out for 3 years. A team that's made a dramatic reversal this year, not the Rangers, the Angels. Watch the Angels. So there's some things going on in their division. Watch the Angels for the future. Because, boy, they got young players. They got Trout, best player in baseball. They got some young players now really coming. And they're having a very good year based on their situation. So it's not just the overall, like some kind of World Series picture for the Rangers that is totally faded. It's a divisional thing that's faded for, I'd say, the next 2 or 3 years anyway. But you can build back in a hurry. You can get that thing going.